Well, hey everybody, I wanted to get back outside after the last time the weather wasn't fit to be outside. This time you might take a look around and think the same thing, but hey, I wanted to get back out again. This is the kind of guy I am. This is where I want to be. Today I want to talk about something. We're going to get right to the point. I want to talk about purpose. Man, I hear a lot about that, about the purpose that we have in our lives, who we think we should be, what we think we should be doing, you know, all the above. This is a story I shared just this week on the radio ministry that I have here locally. I heard about it on YouTube. I wish I had the guy's channel. I didn't write that down. He was out west visiting a guy who bought an old mining town. Didn't know you could do such a thing, but he did. He bought an old mining town, but he told a story. He gave him a tour, but the coolest thing, and the thing that I took out of it, was an old, not a mine, but it was actually a tunnel. It was dug by a man named William Burro Schmidt. William Burro Schmidt. It was in the Sierra Nevada mountains in California, and there was, as I said, a small mining town on one side of the mountains and the west coast of California on the other. So Burrow decided that he was going to dig through the mountain. I mean, I don't know, who decides that, right? I guess William Burro Schmidt decided to. So he digs this tunnel. He starts digging this tunnel in 1906. So come on now, it's 1906. He's got a pick, he's got a wheelbarrow, and a shovel. And he starts to dig a tunnel through a mountain. Attaboy, William Burro Schmidt. But they called him Burrow, so I'm gonna call him Burrow. So he's digging this tunnel, and he's 14 years into it, okay? And they build a road around the mountain. Like, are you kidding me? Do you not see what I'm doing here? They build a road around the mountain. So you think, Burrow, man, put everything down. It's not worth it. That's not Burrow. That's not what he did. He kept going. He kept going for 14 more years. He dug that thing through the entire mountain. The tunnel is over 8 football fields. 8 football fields long. He dug it completely through the mountain, reached the other side. You can see it today. It was there. They toured it. They walked through it. Incredible. But he didn't have to. And most people, now I don't know, I wasn't there with Burrow, but most people, I would think, would have been saying, man, you're crazy. What are you doing? Get down on the road and drive around the mountain. But see, that's the crazy thing about purpose. I don't know if Burrow felt like that was his purpose. But man, that's how it struck me when I heard his story. That sometimes the things that we really feel like we're supposed to do, some people think we're nuts. Some people think we're crazy. I mean, get out and go down the road, man. What are you digging through the tunnel for? That wasn't what Burrow thought. He moved over 5,000 tons of rock. And I was telling Julie, I was telling my wife yesterday, I was talking about this story, and I thought, you know, here's the thing. You think if you get halfway, then you can start going out the other side. Excuse me, but no. Because you have to get to the other side before you have an opening. So from day one, each day got more difficult because he kept going farther until he broke through. Crazy. But doesn't our purpose feel like that sometimes? See, I wouldn't have been able to even begin to even offer anything like this when I was younger, because I was like everybody else and I was chasing my purpose, and I still am. But I will tell you one thing. You wouldn't see my crazy mug on this channel if I didn't think that maybe some of this is a little bit of my purpose. Now, I hear these stories. I'm not the only one that hears them. But why is it that I feel like there's something in these stories that's there to teach us a lesson, and that I want to offer that? What is that? I mean, is that purpose? I think it is. I think that there's something there for us. And I'm betting on that right now. I don't make anything off of this. I mean, there's not even many subscribers, but I don't care. I don't care. If the right person hears this, I'm good. I'm good. Because there's times in our lives, like all this that you see behind me, it's beautiful. Do you know how much of this they called for yesterday? If you say anything greater than 0, then you're wrong. 0, none. There's 3 or 4 inches out here. Sometimes we get things in life that are like that. We don't see it coming, we don't expect it, nobody predicts it, but bang, deal with it, right? But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I will say that. I don't like it. I'm an outside guy. I have things I need to get done. But hey, God thought otherwise. He said, look at this beautiful thing, man. Stop worrying about it. But what is it about your purpose in mind that gets us so off track, that can get us so bound up? When I think about things from a Christian standpoint, sometimes I think I've had guys come to me in their lives, friends of mine, and they were worried about what their gift was, right? They thought they had one and they really wanted to find it. And I mean, that's admirable. I understand that, but man, sometimes we just have to be quiet. We just have to be quiet and listen to what he has to say. What's God have to say about your purpose? What's your gift? What's something you're good at? I don't know. I don't know. What is something that's valuable to you that you can then in turn give to somebody else? But here's the crazy thing, where the world in so many ways is separated from a Christian lifestyle. The world wants to ask you, how much money can you make? How much influence can you have? And God tells us to take our place. Jesus told us in a wedding parable about it, actually. He told the people that thought way too much of themselves, he went to a wedding banquet in his story, and he said, don't you take the best seat. Because if you take the best seat, then the wedding party may say, excuse me, but that's not your seat. And that's just embarrassing. Be humble. Be humble with your purpose. Find what it is, and let's all take our place. And imagine what we can do with that. I have no idea. I really don't. If this YouTube channel is going to be something that I do for long or not, I don't know. But it was something I could not deny in my life. Just the other day, one of the last videos I put up was the honor that I had in speaking to a bunch of high school kids. And I'll tell you, there was something about that just felt right. Those kids asked me questions that no adult has ever asked me in some of the most sincere ways that you could possibly imagine. And it did something to me. It did something with me. And you can't convince me that there's not something in that. So what is it for you? Maybe it's you. Maybe you're only going to influence one person. Maybe I am. I don't know. But there's purpose there. Not because we've had trials, but because we can use those trials, not as excuses, but as a way to help somebody else. Our purpose. We've had beautiful moments that nobody else has had. We've had trials that nobody else has had. What are we going to do with those? Because just like William Burro Schmidt, I'll ask you this. Who built the road around that mountain? Who built the road around that mountain? Nobody knows. Because that was average and that was ordinary. But Burrow, he wasn't average. He wasn't ordinary. You kidding me? Anybody that keeps digging through a mountain whenever there's an easier thing to do, oh man, that's somebody with purpose. And that's what I want to be. How about you? Will you join me on this little adventure if you want to come along? This is going to be common for me for a while. This isn't what I had planned for today. I had planned to maybe go someplace and find something that looked a little bit like a tunnel. I had some ideas. But I woke up this morning to this, and man, I can't do better than this. So I don't know where this channel's going. I don't know what's happening in the world around me, but man, there's a lot of things shaking. Let's do this. Let's do this. Will you join me on this channel? Sure, but what about your life? And what about your purpose? Because despite the storms that come in, man, there's some beauty in there too. Let's find that. Till next time, see ya.